I have a ton of respect for him. He's been a trailblazer at the position for a long time. I'm thankful to be in the conversation with some all-time greats in this generation. I feel like I'm in that conversation, and it's been a lot of fun competing against Tom over the years, and it's always nice coming out on top because it hasn't happened that many times.
Aaron Rodgers, one GOAT takes down another GOAT, 14-12. I would have expected that to be the score at the end of one quarter. But both of these offenses, anemic, especially the Buccaneers. I mean, you got Cole Beasley, signed last week, prepared aggressively. That's why Tom Brady worked last Wednesday. That's what was so funny. Sunday Splash Report week 2. Tom Brady's going to take every Wednesday off for the rest of the year. The first Wednesday after that report, he's working. Why? To get Cole Beasley ready to go, because Mike Evans was suspended, Chris Godwin injured, Julio Jones injured. You're down to guys that are just walking through the door, literally. But I still, we've seen Tom Brady kind of will his team to victory, but it is so weird to see 3 points as the Buccaneers' total score in the second half of football games, but that's where we are this year. They averaged 30 points per game last year, Myles, all season long. This year, through 3 weeks, they are averaging 17 points per game.
Now, they haven't scored more than 20 points in a game yet, and that's not something we expect to see from a Tom Brady-led offense. But when you have the changes that they've had on the offensive line, the injuries that they've had on the offensive line, you were just going through the injuries that they've had at receiver, that's part of why we start to see these results that they're getting. And it just, everything seems disjointed right now for the, I almost said Patriots offense, for the Buccaneers offense. How am I still doing that? We're 3 years into this with Tom Brady in that uniform and in that particular team. But when you still see Tom Brady and things aren't going right with the offense, you're like, man, what in the world is going on here? But I think it's a combination of everything that is new for them right now, along with just, they're playing some good defenses too. That Packers defense is pretty good. So that's part of it. And maybe when they're not playing units that are not so great, then we'll see something different. But it's just one of those things right now where nothing seems to be just smooth and fluid for that Buccaneers offense.
Hey, I had a moment last year, Myles, where the Patriots were getting ready to play somebody that the Buccaneers had already played. And it just wasn't a quick, flash through the synapses. I was adamant that the Patriots had already played that team. What am I seeing here? The Patriots have already played this team. They've already played them. Tom Brady already... Oh, wait. Never mind. Yeah. I don't think that's ever going to go away as long as Tom Brady is with the Buccaneers, and who knows how much longer it's going to be. Yesterday's game did not work out. It came down to a 2-point conversion that would have, could have, maybe should have forced overtime. The clock ran all the way down to 0. Delay a game on a 2-point conversion? Are you kidding me? Is Nathaniel Hackett coaching the Buccaneers now? What's going on here? So it's a very different play from the 7 versus the 2. And it ultimately did not work out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Basically 4th and goal from the 7 to force overtime, and there it goes, and there go the Bucs. Here's Tom Brady talking about the delay of game penalty that pushed back that try, and also the overall poor performance of his team's offense.
Yeah, I just looked up and we had just a bad execution. It's really what it is.
Nothing more. Did you try to check the run at that point?
Yeah, it's just, there's a lot to it, so bad execution on offense at a time where we needed good execution and we didn't get it, and there was a lot of other times we had a lot of other bad execution, and I think the reality is when you do that, you don't have the opportunity to score points. So there was too many plays where we were behind the sticks and not good on 3rd down, and penalties, turnovers, missed opportunities, and defense played great. We got to play better on offense. We got to do a lot better job. We haven't scored many points all season, so 3 games we got to get a lot better.
I do have to make a very important football observation here. Can we bring up a still frame of Tom Brady from just then? I have some advice for anyone out there. Just basic human self-awareness, especially when we consider the irony of his T-shirt that says, "Forever Young." Gentlemen, I generally discourage dyeing your hair because everybody knows. You think they don't, they know. They can tell. Now, I benefit from favorable lighting conditions, especially in this studio, because I got a hell of a lot of gray. And I ain't doing anything to try to hide it. I accept it. But if you are going to choose to exercise your constitutional prerogative to put shoe polish in your hair, I would just advise this, Myles Simmons. Pick a shade lighter than or equal to the natural color of your hair. Don't dye your hair darker than its normal color. That's my only advice for today. Take it if you are so inclined. Tom Brady or anyone else.
Yeah, well, hopefully I won't need that advice for a while. I don't know. Not that I have that much hair on my head, but I don't want it to
But look
turn
at his
gray.
head. His hair was never that color. Don't dye it darker than it was. Dye it the same color or lighter. But even then, maybe his attitude is screw it. Everybody's going to know anyway. Everybody's going to know.
Yeah.
What the hell? I'll look like Johnny Cash. Who cares?
I don't know. If you don't like something about it, change it. You don't
Very
like the
important.
way your hair looks, you just change it. It's fine. The
Want to
funnier
change my
thing
hair,
to me
my
about
clothes,
that,
my face. Bruce Springsteen. I'm sorry
quote's
to
right
detour into something that's so irrelevant, but I mean, come on, man. I'm seriously. Come on, Tom. How is there no one around Tom? And maybe that's what this all comes down to. Everyone tiptoes on eggshells around Tom. No one is willing to say, hey, Tom, that looks a little ridiculous. I'll say it. Hey, Tom, that looks more than a little ridiculous. That just looks more than a little ridiculous. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Are you done? Can I go
done.
with what I was going to
I feel
say
better
about
now.
that little
I feel
clip there?
good.
Yeah,
I feel
I'm
good.
glad. So
I'm
glad
back in
you
New
do.
York. I'm acting like a New Yorker. You got to tell it like it is if you want to be in New York, baby.
Good Lord, man. Okay.
I hope
other
Chris
funny
Jones
part-
says something to Tom Brady when they play next week about his hair. But he'll probably get flagged if he does.
Yeah, I bet he will. Yeah, that's going to be the thing that ruins the next Chiefs game is Chris Jones saying, Tom Brady, you look old. 15 yards. How dare you say that to the GOAT of all GOATs, Tom Brady. Yeah. Well, the funny thing about that clip, though, is he was going to say something honest. But speaking of, Patriots quarterback Tom Brady, he just reverted. It was like Bill Belichick flashed in front of his eyes. And then all of a sudden he just went to bad execution. That's all it was. It was just bad execution. Like, okay, you were going to tell us what happened there, but then you're just now going to call it bad execution. There's more to it than that. You can be a little less robotic, Tom Brady, in a press conference if you want to be. What do you got to lose, man? You're 45 years old. Let's go. Tell us. We all want to know. But bad execution. That's what he goes to.
The good news is he didn't execute any tablets yesterday that we know of. He ended up breaking 2 the week before. And I didn't get around to write this yesterday, but apparently Jay Glazer said on the Fox pregame show that the NFL has advised teams to be a little more careful with the league-issued equipment. Those things aren't free. And I don't know that it's the kind of product placement Microsoft bargained for when they did that Surface sponsorship deal. But hey, we were talking about the Microsoft tablet a hell of a lot more last week than ever before. In a week when Apple, Microsoft's top competitor, has begun the process of encroaching on the NFL turf. So Microsoft should be happy about the developments and should encourage the abuse and destruction of their signature product. All right, Aaron Rodgers, by the way, now 2-3 all-time against Tom Brady, including playoffs. Not a great day for him, but good enough. Finding his groove offensively. Romeo Doubs, rookie receiver, 8 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown, so there's trust there. There was already trust with Allen Lazard, 4 for 45, and a touchdown. It wasn't great. It's a work in progress, but if you're the Packers and you go into that game 1-1, fully expecting to lose to the Buccaneers, you have to say, we'll take it. However we get it, we'll take it and move to 2-1.
Or are they fully expecting to lose to the Buccaneers? I don't know that they should be fully expecting to lose to anybody.
I fully expected them to, but what the hell do I know?
Well, okay. Yeah, I know. But they should have scored touchdowns on their first 3 drives. And if not for Vita Vea dropping back in coverage and then running up and blowing up Aaron Jones at the goal line, that they would have. So there are some encouraging elements, I think, to that performance from the Green Bay standpoint. But when you don't score more than 14 points and you've got Aaron Rodgers at QB, I know they're going up against a really good defense with Todd Bowles there and what he does with Tampa Bay. But you're like, You want a little bit more out of that. You get the W, though, and that's what's important.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.